guys, welcome again to my YouTube channel. For today's vlog, we are about to tackle what is Marpol Annex 5 and Marpol Annex 6. So stay tuned and I hope you will learn something. So firstly, we will talk about what is the Marpol Annex number 5. So Annex number 5 is Regulation for Prevention of Pollution by Garbage from Ship. Regulation 1 Definition. For the purpose of this annex is, first, garbage means all kind of victual, domestic, and operational waste, excluding fresh fish and parts thereof generate during the normal operation of the ship, and liable to dispose a continuous or periodical except those substances are defined or listed in other annexes to present convention. Number 2 is the nearest land. The term from the nearest land means from the baseline from which territorial sea of territory in question is established in accordance with international law, except that for the purpose of the present convention from the nearest land of the northeastern coast of Australia shall mean from a line drawn from a point on the coast of Australia. Number 3 is special area means sea area where you recognize technical reasons in relation to its oceanographical and ecological condition and to the particular character of its traffic, the adoption of a special mandatory method for the prevention of sea pollution by garbage is required. Special areas shall include those listed in Regulation 5 of this Annex Marpol. Annex number 5 of the Marpol Convention aims to eliminate and reduce the amount of garbage being dumped into the sea from ships. Each term includes all of this kind, like food, domestic, and operational waste that are likely to be disposed during the normal operation of the ship. Amendments to Annex 5 were adopted by Resolution MEPC 201-62, which entered in force on January 1, 2013. The revised Annex 5 prohibits the discharge of all garbage into the sea except as provide otherwise. For example, Annex 5 totally prohibits of all disposal of plastics anywhere in the sea and several restrict discharge of the other garbage from ships into coastal waters and special areas. An overview of unrevised Marpol Annex 5 is discharge provision and copy of MEPC 201 can be found here. The special areas established under Annex 5 are the Mediterranean Sea, the Baltic Sea, the Black Sea, the Red Sea, the Gulf area, the North Sea, the wider Caribbean region, and the Antarctic area. These are areas which are particularly have problems because of heavy maritime traffic or low water exchange caused by the landlocked nature of the sea concerned. Ships' garbage from the ships can just be deadly to marine life as oil or chemicals. Although many items can be degraded by the sea, the process can take more than a few months or years. For example, a plastic bottle can take centuries to dissolve at sea. Marpol was developed through the International Maritime Organization or IMO, a United Nations agency that deals with maritime safety and security as well as the prevention of marine pollution from the ships. Marpol is the main international agreement covering all types of pollution from ships. So that will be the Annex Marpol 5. And for now, we are about to talk the Marpol Annex 6, which is air pollution from ships specifically addressed in Annex number 6 of the Marpol Treaty. Annex number 6 includes requirements applicable to manufacture, certification, and operation of vessels and engine as fuel quality used in vessel in waters of the United States. Annex number 6 established limits on NOx emissions from marine vessels engines with a power output of more than 130 kW. The standards apply to both main propulsion and auxiliary engines and require the engines to be operated in conformance with the Annex 6 NOx emissions limits. Limits on the sulfur contents of marine fuels. Ships operating up to 200 nautical miles off to U.S. shores must meet the most advanced standard for NOx emission and use fuel with lower sulfur content. This geographic area is designed under Annex number 6 as the ECA, the NOx emission standards. The NOx emission limits of Regulation 13 of Marpol Annex 6. It applies each marine diesel engine with a power output of more than 130 kW installed on a ship. A marine diesel engine is defined as any reciprocating internal combustion engine operating in a liquid or dual fuel. There are two exceptions: engines used solely for emergencies and engines on a ship operating solely within the water of the state in which they are flagged. The later exception applies if these engines are subject to an alternative NOx control measure. And that is the end of our Marpol Annex number 6, and I hope you have understand what is the Annex number 5 and 6 and you can use it if in the future you can be on board. So once again, thank you, and I hope you've learned about your Kuya Kyle. See you next episode of our maritime industry live. Bye.